Hello everyone, I'm Amy Gutierrez, and this is Shoulder to Shoulder, where we get a chance to meet some of the most interesting, influential, and important people in the world of wine, our very own Sonoma County wine growers and winemakers. Today it's a treat. We get to meet Kris and Denise, and it is a story of the world of wine meeting the world of construction, which made for the perfect match in business and in life. We are at the beautiful Trione Winery, and we're with husband and wife team, Kris and Denise. Denise is the managing director here. Kris, you are on the vineyard management side. You do that here, but you also do it for Biomark Vineyard Management. And Denise, we'll start with you because it's your family that came to Sonoma County. When, why, and why did they get into vineyard management?
My grandfather and my grandmother moved up to Sonoma County after World War II. They both served in the Navy together. And my grandfather really did have kind of a knack for identifying opportunities. And he saw that this was a really blossoming suburb to the Bay Area. He kind of identified what was happening in Napa at the time and started not only acquiring vineyard properties in the 70s, but also developing vineyard properties. So that's kind of where it began. And then that evolved into needing a home for the grapes, right? Because with all these vineyards under vine, it was a situation of not having a lot of really large production wineries in the area that could be a home for that fruit, which is when they then got into the wine business.
This is a fantastic area. When you come into the property, there's this gorgeous stone building that even I, with my lack of knowledge, can tell has been here for a while. What is the history of this building?
So that we call that our stone building, or historic stone building. It was built in 1908, and it was built originally as a winery. It was the Nervo Winery at the time.
It was an original winemaking facility with wine tank barrels the size of semi-trucks made out of old oak and old redwood. So we salvaged some of that wood and made projects with it. A lot of the stuff you see in here is all that old salvaged wood from 1908.
Oh, that's really special.
Yeah.
So a little piece of it is everywhere.
All the trims everywhere. The tasting room, the trim here, the doors, the siding on the outside. A lot of that is all refurbished old tank wood.
Oh, how is the building used today?
Mostly events.
Yeah.
Events.
Yeah.
Mostly events. We were the first to use it commercially. We got married there, so that's pretty cool.
I'm so glad you brought that up because that's our segue. Because Shoulder to Shoulder, really, this show is about mentorship and our farmers. But if we can get a good love story in there, we're gonna squeeze it in. So, how did you two meet?
We met through a mutual friend. So we met at a 30th birthday party in Sacramento, which is where Kris was living.
That was going to be one of my questions, is how did you convince him to come to Sonoma
it was
County?
hard, but here he is. He's stuck now.
I dragged my feet for a little bit and then came to my senses. Didn't take long.
It really was that at that time, we were starting the idea of starting our own family label.
Okay.
And then when we really started kind of ramping up and needing to be here more often and opening the winery is when I pulled up with it a little harder.
Both Kris and Denise have really unique paths into the wine industry. You started in banking. How do you make that transition? When do you realize I need to be in the wine industry?
Well, it was pretty easy to make that realization. I'd had a degree in business management, and then even coming out of college, I interviewed for all sorts of things, and I realized that I thought banking would just be a really good foundation for whatever I eventually wanted to do. I can say I never thought I was going to be a career banker, but I did do it for about 6.5 years. I got to a point where I was like, if I come into my office with this red light flashing and all these people, needing their docs drawn and pulling on my nylons, I was like, get me out of here fast. So that's when I kind of started pitching the idea to my dad and my uncle.
So Kris, your background was actually in construction. So what was the allure and what intrigued you about transitioning into vineyard management?
It was economy. That's what flushed me away from construction because we moved here in 2008, the end of 2008, they opened the winery. So Denise was here, but the economy just took a dive. There wasn't construction for 4 hours any direction. So we met the former vineyard manager here at a winemaker dinner one night. And we just got to talking at the dinner table, and I'm like, you need any help? I'm bored, like bored to death. Like so bored I went and joined the National Guard. But it's like I just need something to do. And he's like, well, you can build a pump house. And then I built a pump house, and I built another pump house, and then I remodeled a garage, and then I remodeled a kitchen. And then as the work just kept coming to me, I just kept finishing it. So he kind of took a shine to me a little bit, and he just opened the door for me.
Kris's skill set in construction really lent to the management.
I wanted to ask, like, how did that help you?
I watched for a year and a half, almost 2 years, how it was being ran.
Saw more efficiency. Okay.
Yeah, because I didn't grow up in it, so I didn't learn from the guy before me, so I questioned a lot. So,
you brought a different perspective.
So I brought a different perspective, changed quite a bit, got rid of some what I pictured as dead weight, kind of just turned it on its head for a little bit. Coming here, it was more of I need to learn the practice. I need to learn what we're doing. I need to learn the seasons. I need to learn the field. So when I wasn't busy those first year and a half, when I wasn't building a fence or remodeling a house, I would go work with the guys in the field. What's up today, guys? What are we doing? We're pruning? Like, just ask questions as we're going.
What do you feel sets Trione apart from others?
Vineyard manager. No.
Besides Kris.
One, it has always started with the vineyards. That's where it started with in the beginning. And two, it's family.
Well, you guys are awesome. This is a beautiful location. Trione Vineyard and Winery, come on out, and thank you for sharing your time with us.
Cheers.
Kris has to go roll around in the dirt.
Yes,
Get the grease off him.
It's almost lunchtime. We're almost there.
Thank you so much for joining us for this episode of Shoulder to Shoulder as we got a chance to meet husband and wife team Kris and Denise.
We hope you'll follow along as we unveil the stories of our beautiful Sonoma County wine country and the farmers and vintners who care for it. Subscribe to our YouTube channel @Sonoma Wine Growers or visit our website at sonomawinegrape.org.